with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
You're listening to Mornings at Lone Star here at Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. This is Dick, the host. If you're hearing this voice, that means we are live in the studio in downtown Conroe and also on Facebook Live and YouTube Live because I have some special guests today. Actually, we had a lot of guests today. We're going to be hanging out all the way till about, I would say, 11 o'clock today. So right now we have leaders in the community, and then at 10 o'clock we have Dr. Winnie King. And then tomorrow we're going to have Brian Belansky's back in the studio. I imagine he's playing at the Red Brick Tavern this weekend. So if you want to hear some crazy music, stay tuned tomorrow with Brian. But today I have four ladies in the studio. I'm returning. We have Che with the Hyatt Regency Conroe. Hopefully I said that right this time. I'm going to get it right this time. And then you also brought some leaders in the community.
Yes.
So let's introduce ourselves, starting with you, Che.
Well, hi, my name is Shay. I am with the Hyatt.
Oh, Shay. Am I saying it wrong? I'm saying Che.
You can say
Che.
because I love that. That's
Are you a revolutionary?
I've heard about him, and
I probably shouldn't say that. I probably Shay. I like
break
Shay.
The rules sometimes.
I'll get it right.
I can be a trendsetter. I can be a
You can call me out, by the way.
Yeah.
You can call me out.
So it's Shay, known as Che by Chick. With the Hyatt Regency Conroe, also here talking about GLAD Foundation. We are giving back to the community, want to send kids to camp, so here for both of those reasons today, Dick. Great to be with you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
We got fans. They're waving.
Fans.
They're waving.
I love it. Well, I'm Kamela. I'm very excited to be here. First time on a radio show, so just really looking forward to how things go and how things flow. I'm here representing the Fitzpatrick Group. It is a firm that I have been with. I'm in within my first year, and I absolutely love it, so I can't wait to share more about it.
Absolutely. Awesome.
My name is Stephanie. I'm a licensed esthetician. I own Ballam Aesthetics in Magnolia. I specialize in anti-aging. I love that part of my job because I'm in that middle-aged section of my life, and so I like helping ladies with that. I'm excited to be here. I'm really kind of nervous. I know we're just having a conversation, but I'm trying to just keep my
Don't say anything stupid.
I know.
Like
I know,
Che.
right? And I tend to do that. So
No, I'm talking about me saying Che.
I heard.
Not that's stupid. I mispronounced your name.
No, you're fine.
All right, next to you.
My name is Danielle Kirby. I am a local author who also helps run the local author community. So
What does that mean?
So
Y'all have secret meetings and
yeah, kind of. I mean, they seem secret,
Yeah.
but they're not really that secret. We host meetings at By the Book once a month. And then the last couple months, I have partnered with Funky Like Feathers to do a basically kind of a how-to on how to write your own book. So we've done, last month we did classes, and then this month we have open writing hours for the local authors in the community.
Another fan.
To come write and...
That's really cool. I did not know this.
Yes.
I would love to have more authors on because everyone seems smarter than me, so I'd like to interview. But now that I've said that, you got to tell everyone what's the worst book that one of these local authors has written.
There's no such thing.
No, there is.
There isn't.
There's
There
got to
really
be.
isn't
You
such
got
a
to throw
thing.
someone. You got to. Well, then why do they have?
It's the worst book is the one that's never written or published.
Then why do they have like the #1 bestsellers, and then there's like clearly not #1 bestsellers?
Then they're clearly not, because they're all the #1 bestsellers lists are all traditionally published. And if I have to be
Oh, that's
completely
right.
honest, I prefer independent published authors
I believe
over
it.
the top 5.
I believe it. That's cool.
Because they are able to get their stories out there in ways that the top 5 big publishing houses won't publish.
Oh, so they're risque.
So there's stories that
Yeah.
wouldn't be told otherwise if they didn't
Okay.
actually take the leap and go self-publish.
I like it. Okay. Well, I want to remind the audience who's tuning in, all the links for these ladies are below in the description. So I try to put as much information. So if you're interested in their business or anything like that they're saying, like, especially like the GLAD Foundation, there should be a link down there for more information. So if you get lost in the conversation, because there are 5 of us, it's all right there. So I refer people back to that. And it is, it's actually like the first chilly morning here. Am I
It's
right?
really beautiful
It's
this
so
morning.
nice.
I think it's delicious.
I know. I'm just like,
It's just, I mean, I've been kind of, sweating a lot, so.
Well, no,
it's nice
we'll be sweating by 1 o'clock today.
Right.
That's for
There
sure.
you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
It'll
be summer again
But
later.
it was really nice this morning, really brisk.
I actually went for
fresh.
a jog. I'm very proud of
Oh,
myself.
look at you.
Yeah,
She's
right.
on it.
I would have loved a
She's
jog
on it.
this morning.
It wasn't even,
What a great
more than a
idea.
mile, but
Right.
that's okay.
There
she
you go.
inspires me
You
to get
did
back
it.
to it.
Yes, see, a jog.
For sure.
That's
that
not
on your
enough. We
to-do
need to do a
list.
little bit more than a mile.
Listen, I'm really proud of that. mile.
Okay, can we please, baby steps, baby
No,
steps.
you got to expect the best from everybody.
That is
Okay,
my
so
best.
How do you think?
Right.
How do you think Danielle runs her workshops with the author? You think she's like, "Oh, you completed a sentence. Good job."
Oh, he's so good. But you know what? Okay, so what do you
She's-
recommend to start, Dick?
I would do something that it is long term, meaning like you don't have to run for a mile. I would do
Okay.
intermittent, like you run for a mile, then do sit ups. Run for a mile.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
sit-ups.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. How
You
many
went for a
miles did
mile
you
and
run
do
this
sit-ups?
This
morning?
morning, I think 12.
Oh, wow.
I don't count. I just do laps.
So funny. Okay. Well, I have to catch up with both of you because I have not been running, but today would have been a great morning
Exactly,
for that.
yeah.
My favorite current
It's
one
good
is
for running.
rowing. Rowing's my favorite.
I do
Rowing
love
is
a
my
row.
favorite.
I love a good
Intensity.
row. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to go outside,
And you can, yeah, it's true.
and you can do it naked by the pool.
Well, maybe, yes. I don't recommend it
Your
for
poor
public
neighbors.
pools.
Yeah.
Not
No,
for
we have
public
trees.
places.
We have trees.
But, okay, yes.
But yeah.
What a great visual this
Yeah.
morning, okay.
Well, you have the gym at the Hyatt. Do you use that?
I don't personally use it.
Why not?
But I tell everybody about it because I do
It's
love
cool.
it's a Peloton in there. I do love Peloton. There is
That's when I was smoking my cigar. I was just staring at a guy. I was
Yeah.
like, "You working out, huh? Looking good."
and obviously he had done his 12-mile run that morning, so
Yeah.
he got to smoke a stogie and,
Right,
and watch.
right.
Well, then I was told
Yeah,
to
yeah.
leave
That's how you
because you
finish it
can't
off.
smoke cigars
You
by the pool.
cannot, Dick.
I know, I'm
You
just gonna keep-
cannot.
I'm gonna
You
keep
do
saying
have
that.
to keep the rules. I mean, there is a place all the way in the corner by the ditch underneath the bridge
Oh, yeah,
that you
that-
can
yeah.
you can smoke over.
I'm a
there,
Birch
okay?
person,
you
so
can
I get
smoke
it.
over there. But back to the gym. There is
It's
Peloton.
nice.
There is
It's nice.
elliptical. We do have a rowing machine. We
Yeah.
have free weights, and there's a leg and arm machine. The cute thing about it is, if you don't know how to use it, you can scan the little QR code. It gives you a little video, which I think is kind of cool. I've not
Technology.
used it before, but yes,
love it.
technology.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of
It's
phone
cool.
calls like, "Oh, we got someone tied up again
No,
on the
not yet.
machine there"?
Not yet, sir.
Yeah.
Not yet, sir. So
Okay.
yes, we've been
Well,
safe.
it's a nice day. How about that? That's where the conversation started.
There you go.
And now we're challenging each other. I love it. And well, because that's what we have to do with the authors. There's got to be some type of accountability in the group, right?
Yeah, I mean, so when we meet up every month, so we also have a
Yeah.
Facebook group as well for like the local ones that come to buy the book, and so a lot of it is us communicating because most of us know each other now on a personal level, and we've connected just from different events and stuff.
That's funny you say that because I can't read an author series back to back. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you just start noticing their patterns, and it's just like, this isn't good. And like I remember reading Dune, and then I read Children of Dune, or I think it's the second book's Messiah, and then like after the second one, I was like, this is getting too repetitive. I know it's going to happen, and so I had to like quit that one, and I had to read something else. And then went back to it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of that is like when you have these big name books, they
Yeah.
kind of find their what we like to call author voice.
Oh yeah.
And so you kind of get that difference, and which is really cool. Like when you read more independently published, you can see their author voice change as they publish each book, especially if you find like a debut author, which is like someone publishing their first book. You get to kind of watch them grow as an author a little bit. So if you're not as like particular about certain things, like sometimes there's a few grammar mistakes or something like that because the process of self-publishing is extremely expensive.
That's one thing I always wondered is like, what is growth to an author? Because there's so many metrics for that, because you have, like you said, self-publishing, publishing, but then you can tell a writer getting better. And as I'm dyslexic, so I have to read the page twice. But it's like, how do you can tell an author's growing as an author?
So kind of growth as an author, like you have a little bit of different concepts. It all is all very specific upon the person.
Yeah.
But different growth routes you can see, like I have a favorite author of mine. Her name's V. Taylor. I found her when she was
V. Taylor?
Yes.
Okay.
I found her when she was debuting. And when you read her first 2 books, you can tell kind of that she was trying to grasp how to write. And by the 3rd book, you can really feel her author voice come through, in the way that she describes things and the way that the different parts of the book are formatted. So you have like dialogue, you have action, and you have inner voice, and you have like your external movement in the book. And how you put those together makes each author slightly different. And so as you like read the books, like you can kind of see the movement of like of how they put all their books together. And a lot of that sometimes has to do with like your editor and stuff like that too, that kind of helps you kind of guide you. For me, I found my growth. I wrote a book, and then I got stuck, and I went to my editor, who is Funky Like Feathers, and we worked on it. But my growth has been more so learning the different aspects of writing. And when I've gone back now and I'm rewriting the book, because there's a lot of different steps into it.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Like it never stops. That's what I was
The
wondering.
first
like,
draft
the
is
growth.
literally the worst draft. It's literally just getting your words on a paper because you can't edit a blank sheet.
Yeah.
And so now I've gone back and started rewriting, and the flow of the words coming onto the page just from my own mind is completely different and way more book-like, I like to call it. It's not as stagnant and a whole bunch of I's or a whole bunch of just different grammatical errors.
Yeah.
A lot of it flows a little bit better. A lot of the descriptions flow a little bit better. But that is from me putting in hours and hours of work on the craft side of things. So if I'm not reading for enjoyment, which I love to do, I'm reading craft books. So like the 5-Sentence Method by Rebecca Thorne, or they have.
Have you read the Hero's Journey?
I have not read that one.
That's
yet.
like the most important adventure writer book ever by Joseph Campbell.
Well, I write romance.
Oh.
So mine is Romancing the Beat, and it's about yay big.
Well, you should still check it out because
I will, because there's definitely some different aspects to pulling in different genres into a book. So for mine, I worked EMS for 8 years, and so my first series that I have planned out is a first responder romance.
Okay, I was like, what is EMS?
So like so an EMT and a paramedic, or like just first responders in general. So the books that I have planned out so far will involve sheriff's officers,
so
ER
the
nurses,
meet cute moments is like I shock them, and then she like wakes up and she looks at me and like, oh, we were in love.
Not quite. Mine.
And then her first words, I can't feel my legs.
Not quite that dramatic, not quite that cheesy.
But it
I mean,
sounds
I'm all for
it
that,
sounds
though.
like
Yeah.
he has a book in him.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
also, all the talking about the writing just reminds me of all the writing classes and journalism and
Yes.
all the different points of view that we had to write from that really is in the making of writing a book. So all that stuff, creative writing and,
Yes.
points of view when you do an opinion pieces and all that kind of stuff. So
Most
anyway,
definitely.
I think Shay's gonna write a memoir called Che.
Che.
The misunderstood Che.
The misunderstood Che. Or what is it? The miseducation of Che.
Che. Yes. I love it. Now let's talk about finance. We have a finance person here,
Who would
and
help
that's
someone
really
who self-published
really
write a
interesting
book.
to me.
Yeah, to me too.
Is that okay? So you work for a company that's here, right?
Yes. So our first office is in the Galleria. We're working on opening up a second office in 2025, which I'm very, very excited about. I think that there is a huge lack of education when it comes to money, where it lives, why it matters. Danielle, you talked about traditional publishing, right? Well, I talk about traditional financial planning a lot. And it typically falls short, right? People aren't educated. They just do as they're told.
Well, it's almost like they stop at getting their first bank account. It's very rare they research anything more than that. Like they're 16, 18, they open up their first bank account, and it's like, there we go.
Then
that's
they max
it.
out their credit cards.
Well, that's it. Like, that's the only institution they know financially. Like, that's like whatever bank that is.
Well, and then you get your first W-2 job, right? And they're like, hey, you need a 401k. And you're like, okay, what are these letters? What are these numbers? What does this mean? No one really explains you anything. And what I've heard from friends and clients is, well, I called my 401k guy and I, got off the call even more confused than in the beginning. And I just asked the same questions and no answers were really given to me in words that I could understand. And my background is not at all in the financial industry. I'm actually from the music world. And so I knew from the bat that when I entered this world, my goal was to educate myself so that I could properly give people the tools. And it wasn't until I found the perfect firm for me that had the right training, the right culture, and most importantly, the education that I could really provide value.
Okay.
So basically, you hear tax code, right? And you're like, I don't even know what that means. Like, who's actually going to read that thing? It's like thousands of pages, right?
Well, I just look up, Google, how do I cheat? The tax code. And they'll give you,
some of the guys in the office, when we go networking, they'll say, I'll teach you how to legally launder your money, right?
Yeah.
And
I believe it.
I haven't honestly gotten the confidence to say that yet, but we teach people how to retire in the lowest tax bracket possible, 0%, if done right. And, people don't really want to be told they're doing it wrong. People have a hard time understanding that there is a better way. Financial institutions, a lot of what they do is to the profit of Wall Street and the IRS. And I'm like, no. I want to help people really understand where their money lives and why it matters. Your money can only live in 3 different places. It's not that complicated.
Well, especially I tell folks go local, because when you start dealing with people online, there is no accountability. It's just kind of like one of those things, like right when they take your money, it just kind of vanishes.
Absolutely, and then you just
cross your
become
fingers.
an email thread.
And I don't like that.
And the marketing, I mean, hey, we live in a world of digital marketing. They have gotten so good
and the
at
misinformation
making you believe
too,
whatever
is crazy.
they want you to believe. Yeah. I mean, 401ks aren't all bad, but the vision that I had of what my old 401k was doing for me was definitely not met when I actually looked in there, learned what I know now. And I'm not saying it's all bad. Trust me, time and place for everything. But there's qualified accounts that people don't understand when they were created, why the government created them. And once you understand the history of why things were put into place, then you can really win the game. But typical conversations are, oh, I got a guy. I'm like, great. Well, what do you love about that? What has he taught you? Have you actually sat down and learned some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where we come in, and I can go on a soapbox for hours and talk about everything. And it's just, when you really find something you're passionate about, I was living paycheck to paycheck my entire 20s. I was making a lot of money. I waited tables in the Woodlands. Shout out to Tris. I was there for 6 years. It was amazing. I learned a lot about money. I learned a lot about people. But at one point I was like, okay, this whole paycheck to paycheck life, I'm done. We all can get ourselves in a better situation, and it starts with education.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's the lady to talk to.
Yeah.
And say your name again.
So my name is Kamela Scarbeck.
Kamela. I was going to say.
I know it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's hard, especially
Start with
after
a K.
especially after an election and people you're kind of named after.
Yeah, I was like, there's an E there, guys. There's an E.
I will totally. Her name has 3 words, 3 letters. Her 3 letters,
You
and I get it wrong.
Yeah,
But I
no,
like
it's all
the
good.
che. I think
Yeah,
that's
I like
cute.
che, yeah.
I like to hear
Oh,
che.
I like
from
to.
now
I like to add
It's
flair to
che.
everything.
I think it's a little. Yeah.
Now-
I'm excited to talk to you, because we're meeting soon.
Yeah.
So, because I got some,
Yes.
I got some 401k somewhere too.
Well, and
that
let
I
me
don't-
throw that
like,
out
it's
there,
just-
that a
know what's happening.
conversation with any of the advisors at the Fitzpatrick Group is free. We don't believe in planning fees.
Who's
We have-
Fitzpatrick?
So
Who is
Tarek
that?
Fitzpatrick is our
He sounds
CEO.
fancy.
He's awesome. Like, shout out to this man for creating what he's done. He's been in the industry since he got out of college, and he's seen a lot.
Do you wear a suit every day?
Absolutely, except for Fridays. We're casual on Fridays.
What's a suit guy wear on casual Fridays?
Polos and
So it's
golf
not
attire.
casual.
I mean, I don't know what is casual. I'm originally from
Like
France, so my
a
casual is a little
very
Yeah, no,
more elevated.
Friday
than most.
casual. We've seen it. I'm
Dressed
like,
up.
that's not
Her
casual.
casual's
Well,
dressed up.
I always
think
like that conversation because,
Yeah.
like, my
I don't do
definition of
casual.
casual is completely opposite
Yeah.
of this person.
I
Like,
agree
to
with
me,
that,
I imagine
yeah.
like a concert tour shirt and like shorts.
Right.
I'll
And
still
I'm
pull
like-
some bling
Everybody's
out.
casual's
There's
a
always
little
some
bit
jewelry,
different.
some rings.
There you go. I mean, you can always feng shui.
Dress it all up. Dress
Well, I want to learn about skincare.
Yes.
Do you really?
Well, because I'm getting older, and in my family we have, our skin they get bumps on the guys get bumps on their hands. It's really weird, and they start becoming a troll.
Right.
Like my nose just gets longer,
trolls.
Yeah.
and then I have like really hairy eyebrow. It's really crazy when
inevitable,
our
sorry.
family.
We lose hair
The
here and we grow
Schistlers,
more.
yeah.
It's just like
Like
in
I'm
the wrong
already
places.
ready for the troll life. I'm smoking cigars already under bridges.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Under bridges. That is hilarious.
I can't help trolls. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, help
I'm not a
us
miracle
one.
worker,
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
You can get him
actually
before
are.
the troll stage.
Yeah,
Because he's
maybe I could.
pre-troll.
Yeah,
So-
I'm getting
He's
there.
pre-troll.
We have
Yeah.
Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie, talk about your business and what you do.
So I got into this business recently. Actually, I just graduated school in April and started my business in late June. It has grown like I can't even tell you. Like shockingly, I did not expect it to grow this fast. I went through a really dark season in my life, and I just needed a change.
See, I heard that. See, the season thing gets me. I had this other guest, and she
Yeah.
described. She's a musician, so she's artsy. So you must be
Right.
artsy too. Because she goes, "That was
No.
last season for me." I go, "What does that mean? Is that last year? Is that last month?"
It could be.
I like it.
It could
And
be a year. It could be.
It could
just
be
kinda
whatever.
depends.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, "So
Yeah.
just say what it is.
Yeah.
Don't make it all confusing to me."
years. It was several years of a season. Let's just say that. So I just needed a change, So I quit my job and
I like
started
it.
school and
Yeah, that's what you-
total different. Like I told you earlier, you said I didn't know what an esthetician was, and I said it's
I
funny
can't
'cause
pronounce that.
If somebody would have told me 5 years ago you're going to be an esthetician in 5 years, my first question would have been like, "What is an esthetician?" 'Cause
Yeah,
even
I don't
what
even
that
know
is,
how to say it.
and I would have thought they were crazy. It's just way out of my normal. I was a tomboy growing up. It wasn't really my thing. I barely washed my face at night just 8 years ago. So, but I absolutely love it. And really the reason I got into it was for connection with women. Because
Okay.
I felt like when I was in that season, my dark season, I just felt really alone and isolated. And I just want to be that person that I needed for them,
Yeah.
So the skincare comes second. It's just like a bonus, but it is good. They love it. But it's really about the connection.
We can also see results with that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely. And I
'Cause
try
I-
to always do before and afters because I want that. It's hard for you to see it on yourself even, unless you're actually seeing the pictures.
Unless you're like a troll, and then
Right.
now
And
I don't
then-
look like
and
a
then
troll
I am a
today.
miracle worker and it's just like night and day. That's
Yeah.
would be different.
But for me, all I have to do is get a haircut.
Yeah, I did notice the haircut.
Yeah.
He's looking a little neat today.
You do
Look
offer
at
a
him.
lot. There's not just one or two different facials. It's
Yeah.
Right. I have, some specialty treatments. I do lash lifting.
So are you
tints.
talking about I go see you and I have to be in a chair for 5 hours?
You lay down.
Not 5 hours.
Not 5 hours?
No, not 5 hours. My longest facial is 90 minutes.
Okay, so facial is a thing. Okay, so that's something they put something on your face and you're like, stay still.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
So I have machines. I got hydrofacial machines, and
Ooh,
there's
so you
there's,
do a lot
there's
of-
devices too. There's high frequency, we can
light.
shock your
That's
face.
kind of, see, I like that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
there's some cool stuff.
Think you have a customer.
It's not just for women.
There
Well,
you
I
go.
don't service men actually.
okay.
So in my spa,
Is that a
I'm
rule?
sorry, you have to go somewhere else.
it's just
Is that
my
for this current season
Because
kind
what
of thing?
I started this for is
Okay,
for
now I get you.
So that's why. Yeah.
No, I dig
Very
it.
cool.
No, I dig it. I just like that kind of thing. I think I got my first pedicure, I don't know, 2 years ago.
Right. Right.
And that was an awesome experience.
Was
'cause-
it awesome? Okay.
Most guys
don't
like that, and then
that.
they're like, "No, I'm not doing that." But then
He
they
likes
do
it?
it, and
Oh,
they
that's
love
really
it.
cool.
pedicures.
That's
Yeah.
really sweet. I've seen a husband and wife, and
But has he always
going together?
Is that a new thing?
No.
No, he's always done it.
Okay, so before me, he did not. But when I started going,
Right.
he started coming with me because he wanted to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Because he works offshore oil.
And they
So,
love
for
it.
us to just bond and have
See,
time
I see
together.
that. See, I didn't go back.
You did?
Yeah, no.
But I just did it. Well, it was one of those random scenarios. I was with my ex and we were visiting her mother, and she's like, "Oh, I have to go do something. I made an appointment for you to go get a pedicure." I'm like, "Wait, I have to go do this?"
Well, if the appointment was made, it was needed, my friend.
Yeah, I guess it was fun.
But
It hurt.
Was it
Some of it
good?
hurt.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels funny.
Well, that's what I love, because I imagine.
It's uncomfortable
Well,
sometimes.
Let's be real. I'm a guy. I don't take care of my toes.
Yeah.
And
So
They're
there were
really getting
parts.
in there.
There were
Yeah,
probably
no,
just
my
parts that
favorite-
no one else has touched. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it feels a little uncomfortable.
oh, I'm
but
cool with people touching my feet,
You're
but
good? Okay.
I wash my
That's
feet.
good.
I'm not an animal.
That's good.
He's
Uh,
a troll.
We're happy.
I'm not a troll yet.
And
I'm
under the
becoming a
bridge,
troll.
Where do you? Well, it must be water under the bridge.
Well, my favorite
maybe.
part about it was, and I imagine Stephanie has this look, is the lady was doing my toenails and she gives me a look like, "Are you ready for this?" And I'm like, "What are we doing? What am I? Why are you giving me this look? Are you about to hurt me?" And yeah, she hurt me. And I bet you get looks like that. Like,
No,
No?
'cause it's
No.
very. Mine's like very. It's like serene. It's
No,
relaxed.
it really
is.
It's like
You guys,
it's
I've been. It's phenomenal. It's, a great
I
experience.
haven't.
So nothing-
I didn't
I
want to
have
get
not
off.
come
Well, I
to
wanna-
it
I want it
yet,
to hurt.
Stephanie.
That's how you know it
However,
works.
It is on my to-do list. I had an esthetician for a
love
while,
it.
and she was amazing. And yeah, so
I
it's
use
a
the,
must
what
though.
is it,
So you
the
have to go to
moisturizer?
someone.
yes.
We will recommend.
well, I go to a dermatologist because
Well,
I
that's
have
good.
skin cancer all the time.
Okay, that's good to take care, but you need in between the dermatologist just to take care of your skin on a regular basis.
Do you think if I approached you and I said, "Hey, I'm already converting to a troll, just make me a troll"? Like I'm done with the
she
waiting.
can't do
No,
that.
I
She
can't make
can't
people
make
trolls.
Just
trolls.
make me
It's like the
older
opposite
now,
of that.
so I can
Yeah.
just get over
No.
it.
You'll be beautiful afterwards.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I,
So
I
no more
fight
trolls.
aging. That's what I do.
There you
Yeah,
go.
anti-aging.
Yes.
Fight it. Yeah.
But it's a beautiful experience. When you find the right esthetician,
Right.
you don't want to go to anyone
Have
else.
you
Right.
seen?
It's funny
Like a
how
tattoo
like
artist.
the commitment there.
Have you
is.
seen
like
the
so
movie?
dedicated.
Have y'all
It's
seen
a
the movie The
relationship.
Substance
Absolutely.
No,
with Demi
I've never
Moore?
heard of that.
You should check it out. It is crazy.
bet it's
Repeat
about
this
trolls.
statement. What did you say?
This this horror movie called The Substance.
Oh,
Is it new?
watch
Yeah,
horror
it came
movies as
out.
an
I want to
adult.
say it came out a
They
month
scare
ago.
me.
I'm
But
not
so it's
into the
Demi Moore's
scary
character
stuff.
is like an actress, and she's now realizing she's getting older.
Okay.
And there was this underground substance that she can take to make her younger. But like the parallel of it is when she takes it, she becomes this younger self, but she has to be out for a week, and she has to go back in to be old. And if she breaks that, something bad happens.
So it's a cycle, kind of.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've never even heard
It's
of that.
about
have not.
inner beauty and the challenge and with the
Okay,
expectation
that
of the
sounds
world.
Right.
Sounds
And then it
good.
becomes really gnarly.
It sounds
like
coming of
like it's
age.
insane.
Oh,
Sounds
wow.
horrific.
If you like blood,
Actually
if you like
sounds
crazy
pretty
things,
good.
I can't
Yeah.
deal with
I
that.
know.
I'm sorry. I can't witness murders. I apologize.
I know the
guys.
horror, like the blood. I'm just not. When I was a kid, I loved it. Like Freddy Krueger was like my favorite.
I was not
Now,
allowed,
I'm
but I was
scared.
always so scared. Freddy Krueger, I had a sister who would sneak and watch him.
Yeah.
And so we had bunk beds, right? I was on the bottom bunk. I think she was on the top, but there was a TV in the corner, and there was like a chair and all this stuff over there. So she would make me face the wall, but I would hear the gore.
You could
And
still
I would-
hear it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I never got to see Freddie doing the thing, but I was like, okay, this man
hear it.
is
Right.
insanely scary,
Yeah, it is scary.
and I will steer clear.
but you should check it
So,
out.
yeah.
It's really
Okay,
if you like
I'm
gore,
a little
if you like
curious
gore
about
and
it.
like
I'm a little
crazy,
curious about it.
It's a little
because inner
insane.
beauty's a big thing.
'Cause
I
she
mean,
like-
I think that's
she like
it's a-
comes
it's a
out of
great
Demi
subject
Moore. It's
matter.
really gross.
Oh, I've seen that meme.
Okay.
I never knew where it was from,
Yeah.
but I remember seeing
It's
the bloody
really-
Demi somewhere.
It's funny. Demi's recreating herself again. Didn't she do the movie that was like the coming of age movie for her, where she really thought she was getting older, and then this is phase 2.
Isn't that
this a
called
new
then?
one?
It
Was it
is
Striptease?
Brandon.
What did she
Isn't that
do?
called
She
then
did
and now and
striptease,
then?
right? When Demi turned 40, she did striptease, and it was like still looking smoking
I
at
guess.
40 years old or something like that. And so this is the
Or
what is this,
someone
20
came to
years
her and said,
later?
"Hey, this is the only time you can make this kind of money if you get naked, because you won't be able to do that when you're 60." And she's
Why
like,
do we
"Okay."
keep coming to this thing?
Well, I imagine that's how is that how conversations start? No.
For
That's
you,
Hollywood,
that's
right?
Hollywood.
That's
Yeah.
Hollywood. Apparently, we've
Well,
been
let's talk
sucked
about
into
what
the
we
light.
all do in the community here, because
Yes.
you all have work here and do things. So tell you're talking about the GLAD Foundation. They're
And,
doing their
But yes, let me tell you a little bit about
Yeah.
GLAD, because we have a couple of things coming up. I know on the 20th, there's some fundraisers that we're going to be doing with the Conroe Chamber. But in December, we have a raiser where we're going to be working with Kendra Scott, and they do a thing where they give back, and a percentage of what you purchase goes to the GLAAD Foundation. So
Who's Kendra Scott?
So Kendra Scott is a famous jewelry maker, and all of these ladies know about it because they probably love her jewelry. Wait. I will tell you a little secret. I'm going to tell you a little secret because I come from silversmithing and jewelry design world and enameling. So as I was going to school, Kendra Scott started to get popular. So we hated her because she's like living the dream that every bench jeweler who's starting wants to be. And so I love her because I personally went into her store, and I had a pair of shoes that I wanted to match this jewelry to. And so these ladies, I mean, you come into the store, they treat you like a queen. I mean, they helped me pick out, they laid these gems on the table and let me pick out each one to make the jewelry with. So I liked the fact that I could see them putting these things together because that was what I did, right? And so I thought it was a great experience. I see why she's doing so well in the community. And so for us to be able to partner with her, and we get to pick out a few pieces, and then those would be the ones specifically for GLAAD Foundation, and when customers purchase that, a portion of it goes to GLAAD Foundation. And a little bit again about what GLAAD Foundation does is we give back to the community. Velvet Dove is the founder of GLAAD Foundation. She founded it in honor of her father. It's now in memory of her father, who has hemophilia. She has it herself. Velvet never talks about it. It's a percentage that she does have, and she had complications when she was having kids. But also her son and 3 of her nephews have this bleeding disorder called hemophilia. And so Velvet's from the upstate New York area. She's just moved this foundation to the Conroe, Texas area. And so it's a big thing to move a foundation that's been rooted in upstate New York to this community. But what they are doing is paying it forward, raising funds to send kids to camp every year so that they can enjoy a normal life, even though they have a disorder that, it's pretty serious. And so it's really great to be able to work with the foundation and raise funds for that. But our plan is to send about 10 to 15 kids per year. And so we are ramping up and raising funds for that and spreading awareness on hemophilia, which is a bleeding disorder that these children have. So that's a little bit about that. Thanks, Dick.
And just to remind folks, I have a link to the GLAAD Foundation.
Yes. You have the link?
I have it.
Okay,
it's in
perfect. So all of the upcoming programs are going to be on that link and on the website. So thank you for letting me plug that.
You are so welcome.
I'm so happy to be welcome because I bug Dick all the time. I'm like, hey, I'm bringing some people.
All right. So the next is we have the finance person.
All right. So the finance person.
Yeah. What do you do besides steal people's money?
I just tell them what to do with it to reduce taxes as much as possible. Yeah. The stock market is a big, scary thing, and it really shouldn't be. It goes up and down and trends upwards over time. That's all you need to know. Place yourself in a position to really take advantage of it, right? So community has been very, very important to me. I moved here from France when I was 18. Literally, I tell this story all the time. I had 2 suitcases. And yes, I have dual citizenship, so I spoke the language, but I literally moved here alone. I had 1 contact that I knew from middle school, and that was it. And over the last 12 years, I'm so proud to say that I have built such a strong community that supports me, that encourages me. And it began with my piano students. I do still teach piano on the side. I absolutely love it. And these parents and students have just encouraged me in everything that I do and really, really helped me develop personally, professionally, and then led me to finance, right? I realized that community are relationships. It is about shedding all the misconceptions you have about people and assumptions. And so I would say my favorite thing with the community right now that I'm doing, since I am heavily focused on the Fitzpatrick Group and what I have going on there, is I started hosting networking events at Two Tones, the piano dueling bar right behind Whiskey Cake off 45. I know if you haven't heard of it, you should go. It's a great time. These musicians are amazing. They opened October of 2023. As soon as I heard piano bar, my ears perked up and we connected, and they're like family now. But I host a community highlight event with Erin every other month, and what we do is we highlight business owners in our community. I'm like, hey, did you know that the person sitting next to you actually does this? Did you know that your neighbor actually does that? Because I think that there's a lot of business owners in the area, you guys. Most of us are entrepreneurs. I mean, not to knock on the W-2 employees. We need everything to work. But I was really surprised, like, oh, my side hustle. This is how I make money. This is what I do. So it's called Community Highlight. My next one is going to be December 11th. It's a Wednesday from 5 to 7. I like to host them on Wednesdays because it's also karaoke night there right after. So, of course, I am a musician first and foremost. The goal there is really to allow people to come, have a first round of drink is on the sponsors, and then talk about your business. But it's not one of those very rigid, limited, give your 30-second intro. That's not what we're about. It's like, come have a drink with us, hang out, have some chips, stay for karaoke, learn about your community, learn about people that are there. It's absolutely free to attend. And then you get to come and hang out and meet really cool people. So December 11th, right?
So
Yes,
cool.
I've been. That's how
Yes.
I met you.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
how we met.
It was so much
and I
fun.
need to
It
get
is.
there.
December
So
11th.
I've always had something going on
It's
so
so
far.
good. The last one that we hosted, you guys, it was in October. It was the 23rd. There were people from every single industry. I mean, we had some realtors, we had some lenders, there were other finance people there. I mean, it's just a great community. There were some artists there. I mean, it's just so great. And the feedback that I got was, Kamela, the people here are so cool. So
cool.
that's what I aim
Because
for.
you attract cool people, Kamela.
I'm
like
really
you're
is.
just,
Yes.
yeah.
Her spirit
I'm
is
so
beautiful.
blessed to know
Yes.
you.
I
Like
agree.
seriously,
I love
she's
that.
just.
Yes.
That's
I
why I'm
love that
here.
positive
First of
energy.
all,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
What,
you
it's what
guys.
like
You're
We
great.
need
Thank
that.
you.
You're great.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
the same about you
There's
guys.
too much
so.
support going on right now.
You don't like it. The troll
too
is
beautiful.
getting
Feels like
trolling.
come underneath the bridge
It's
with
gonna
me.
demand a toll of all of us. Please, let's not be too happy in front of him. No,
hilarious.
no, Dick is he's harmless.
Sure. All right.
Harmless troll.
Yeah. Stephanie, how about you?
So I'm kind of newer getting out into the community. I'm from Oregon. I moved here a little over 3 years ago. So I had, a 9-to-5 job, went to work every day, didn't really get out in the community much until I started my business. So I am a part of Women's Council of Entrepreneurs. I'm actually a local leader for the Magnolia chapter there because they have chapters all over the Houston area. And WOMTAC is another one that it's a networking group, and Velvet's in that one now.
Absolutely.
So, and I did meet her through WCE.
That's
Super
right.
sweet gal. So I'm
Beautiful
really excited
lady.
to get to know her better.
Absolutely.
And that's how I met Kamela, which has brought me here to meet you lovely ladies. And so right now, that's really where I'm at. I don't have a whole lot of other connections at this point. I try to donate services when I can, just to help out and kind of just get my name out there and get more involved. But
You're
yeah.
casting
I'm
a
always
wide net.
looking for opportunities though, because I love to help and support. Like that's what I'm here for. So
I think Conroe is definitely growing, and there's so much opportunity. Like this session that we're talking at.
Well, like you
itself
said,
is
the amount of
great
business owners
opportunity.
here, like I'm from Oregon, so
Yeah.
it's so different here.
Well, and you know what? I didn't think I would talk about this, but since we're on this subject of, we're downtown Conroe, right? There's a French cafe. I just met her. Her name's Poulette. It's called Poulette's Cafe, and shout out to them because
Wait, it's called
right.
Poulette?
Poulette.
I've been
that the
saying it
place that you
wrong
were talking
too.
about?
Yeah.
Oh, Poulette.
That's
yeah.
the one
and
he's
they-
So
talking
her
about.
and I just met. As I said, I'm
Poulette,
originally
Poulette
from
doesn't wake up till 9 a.m. And I'm like,
Well,
maybe
her
if we talk
cafe
to
is
Poulette
phenomenal.
before
You
the
guys
next
should
time.
go
Oh,
check it
yeah.
out.
Yes, he was
Good
talking
food.
about it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
He
guys
was
are
talking
yeah.
about it
at
before.
the
We were thinking
beignets, the
about-
little baby.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
We
We chit chatted a little bit. I walked in. She was like, "You're not French," and then I start speaking French, and I was
She was
like,
like,
"Okay, we're good." Well, because you can't tell.
Yeah, I heard her on the phone with her mom one day. We were out to lunch, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I bet it's beautiful.
It's my
Nice.
superpower, you guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty good. That's where I wanted to get coffee, but they don't open till 9
We
a.m.
were talking about that because
all I know
does
is
need to
Balam.
provide.
That's it.
I'm only kidding, Dick. I'll bring it for you next time.
No, I like that place. I'm like, why are they closed?
great.
He's
I'm
talking
here.
about their beignets, which I would
Oh, yeah,
like
they're
to-
babies.
I mean,
Little
their
baby
menu
ones.
is awesome, and they're
Nice.
authentic, which I love. And the beauty is her husband was a restaurant owner or chef, one or the other. Don't quote me on that. So he knows
He
French
needs to work
cuisine.
on his smile.
Hey,
He comes out. I'm like,
that
oh,
food
there's
is
that guy.
worth it.
Like, does all your
He
happiness
smiled
go
at me.
into the food, and you have no more left when you come
Yeah,
out?
no, they're
is
great.
too
So go
funny.
check them out.
Maybe you're
for
just
sure.
giving him the
Where
troll
are they from
vibes.
here? Where
No.
are they
No,
from?
they're from France.
But the little shop is like right across the street.
It's
from you?
literally right
It's-
across the
Oh,
street. right
really?
here.
Okay.
This way,
Corner.
yeah.
Nice. I'm
Poulette's
gonna-
Cafe. Yeah, not
gonna check it
Poulette.
out.
Yeah. I wonder if she'd let me kind of like hang out and bake because I like that.
Probably if you're nice.
So I've been encouraging
You have to
her
be
to start doing French classes and
Yeah.
like French happy hours and just French
nice.
get-togethers. I mean, the opportunities are endless, and that's why we love our community, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have an idea, it was given to you, roll with it, do it, make it happen.
A lot of go-getters.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to Le Madeleine. They invited me
Not
in
the
at
same.
4 a.m.
I was just like,
Well, I know, but I got to bake with them at
Okay, that's
4
kinda
a.m.
cool.
and it was a lot of
Okay,
fun.
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I like to
Okay.
do those kind of
I'd
things.
like to do it at the.
Yeah.
I'm like,
First
how is
cafe
it
we're
made?
talking
And I want to see it, and I want to get my hands
Okay.
dirty.
See, he's
Yeah.
curious. That's a good.
Yeah.
You'll learn
Cooking
that
is
way.
good.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when
Good
you
for
have
the
their
soul.
when you have their food. That's when I was like, oh, I want to see how they make this. This is good. Got to
Very
impress the
nice.
ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A guy that can
Okay.
cook, get you.
I'll have to go over there and check that place
You know
out
what's
now.
funny about that? Someone said that to me. They're like, oh, you know how to cook? And I'm like, well, I know how to barbecue really
Okay,
well.
that's good
That's
too.
nice.
And
yeah,
Much
but
needed.
some people
Oh,
don't
yeah.
count that as cooking.
That is
No,
cooking.
those
That
people
is
are wrong,
definitely
and they don't
cooking.
live in Texas.
You
Right?
gotta
There's
get-
there's
definitely
so much
cooking.
less, like dishes to do afterwards. I would
Absolutely.
prefer to go barbecue.
And
Yeah.
you
over
have to
actually
get the
cooking stuff.
temperature just right in
Yes.
order to cook. It's an art.
And
to
then you
that.
have
It's a
that
skill.
weather
Yeah.
elements too. You got to throw in
Absolutely.
there sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Texas is just
We're impressed. We're impressed.
Yeah, I can do it.
You can do it. That's right. I have to learn that skill.
All right. Last but not least, we have Danielle.
Yes. So, like I kind of said earlier, this month used to be like National Novel Writing Month. There was a company that did that, and we're doing like a not nano, just because of some controversy. But
Wait, not Nano?
NaNoWriMo was a 501c. It was a company that
Oh, okay.
used to do National Novel Writing Month.
Okay.
Where authors kind of push themselves to do 50,000 words in a month, to write 50,000 words in a
Okay.
month. That company is no longer being supported by our local writers and community.
What do they do? Tell me about it.
They were
He wants to do
investigated. They were investigated by the FBI
Oh,
for
sweet.
child.
Ooh. Man, how does that even involve? Are you
issues.
talking about the individual running it? Or they use the
So
nonprofit?
there was somebody on their forums.
they would
last year.
use their platform to
Yes.
do this. See, that's
So
a
they had to
book
shut
right
down their
there.
forums. Yeah.
There's a book right
And
there.
then they started supporting generative AI, and said that basically if you weren't, that you were classist and ableist,
Oh, I love using words
which
like that.
was not well accepted within the writer community.
No.
So for us as a community here in the Conroe Woodlands area, we still really loved the community aspect of getting together because writing's a very isolated
That can be.
activity. You don't really have people to just sit and write with sometimes.
And
read.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of, we kept the spirit of it alive by doing in October we call it Preptober, and we did the classes during October, and then this month we are sitting down and basically writing together. By the Book has been great about letting us use their facilities. They have an event room in the back, free of charge for us in the local
It's
community.
called what?
By the Book, BUI.
It's kind of forward. I like that.
Yes.
Buy it.
What do you do here? Buy the book.
Yes, they offer new and used books there.
Oh, cool.
They also do special
I found
orders
them.
and all kinds of stuff. And so I've partnered with them for book events, and they allow us to use their event rooms during October and November for providing a space, a community space for local authors and writers and aspiring writers. So if you have an idea for a book, we are a great community here to help you find the tools to get started. Because sometimes it can be extremely overwhelming. And we have a variety of authors that are published and non-published that are going the traditional route and the self-published route within my group. And so we're actually meeting next week to start the prep for another larger book event, kind of a ball style event for local authors and local vendors for the bookish community.
Bookish.
Bookish.
I love
yes.
it. All right.
And so that's what we're doing this
Yeah.
month. So this Sunday and then next Sunday we'll have in-person meetups at By the Book. And we sit and do what we call writing sprints. And so we sit and we set a timer for like 20, 25 minutes and we write as much as we can. And then take a 5-10 minute break to kind of socialize or see if we need any help. And then we do it again. And then Funky Like Feathers does a YouTube live on Tuesday nights and then a Zoom call on Thursdays.
You are doing a lot.
Yes,
That's a lot of
we do a
information.
lot.
Danielle does
We try to do a lot for the writing community.
Yeah.
Because 80% of people in America say they want to write a book.
Not me.
About 50% of them say they have a good idea.
Yeah.
But generally only, I don't know, I think it's like 3% actually do it.
She's writing notes.
I do have notes.
Well, you're a writer. I get it.
Right.
Yes. This is actually like my my book. Like
Yeah,
it has like
I don't want anyone knowing my secrets.
But she
Yeah.
doesn't pass it. She's not publishing it. She's just
No, this is my note taking.
My
book.
traumas. No one should know my traumas.
So, question about what's going on this Sunday. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh.
Is that the first one for the month, or has it?
No, we've had them
Okay.
the last couple Sundays.
I know, I've missed them. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm terrible.
It's fine.
Anyway, yes. January.
So we've had them the last couple Sundays at By the Book, and we sit and we write, and we've had a variety of new authors that have come in and new writers that have come in. So I'm excited to see kind of how they progress and kind of do their thing. I love writing, but I also love reading local authors and helping support them and teaching them. So come the new year during my events on, it's the second to last Friday of the month at By the Book, we'll start up our classes again where I'll
cool.
teach. I've done some marketing classes for books, and
People who are interested, they can just contact you, right? Because I have
Yes.
your link tree up there. It has
Yep.
multiple links.
They
to
can
things.
they can contact me on
Okay.
any of my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of those, or they can drop in to buy the book if they want to. They've got all the information there as well.
Okay, I got a question for you, ladies. This involves books. So, like in this 80s and 90s, Fabio was like the cover for the romance novels, right?
Yes.
So, who would be today's Fabio?
Ooh, I don't think it's a dude anymore.
You don't think so?
Is there? Okay. I don't know.
Well, no, because
I don't know if there's a
sometimes.
specific dude anymore because there's
Yeah,
a lot more male.
Because Fabio, like, I feel like he didn't make any money off those covers, but everyone looked like him. Am I right?
Yeah,
is true.
there was
Yeah.
like definitely a vibe for it.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's a switch over to the like cartoon anime
So
world where
there
now
is.
men are no longer looking like men; they're more like
It's the
creatures.
discreet. It's
Is
the
it just me?
creatures.
I don't read enough
Well,
books to really chime in here, but
some of them are the creatures, yes. And you'll find that a
Yeah.
lot in like the small town romance
Yeah.
or something along those lines.
When you
But
say
just-
creature, you mean like a werewolf?
well, there are
they
those
could
too.
be. Yeah, they
They
could be.
definitely can
Like,
be.
they have
Romance is a
wings.
very
What
wide
that?
genre.
You know,
weird.
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Cyborgs, all kinds of
But they've
things.
gone to discreet covers is what a lot of them
Well,
have.
I was
because
more
they
of
wanna be
talking
able to
like
read.
an actor who people
Okay.
were like,
I don't
oh,
know what that'd be.
everyone looks like
Again, I
this
don't
guy
think
because
it's
we write.
just-
I don't think there
it's
is
a
just
dude
one anymore
anymore.
because there's such a variety of books
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of boomed a little bit on
definitely
pushing like a wide variety of authors. So you have like your different BIPOC and you have your different representations of different people.
No, I get it.
So it's not just a specific person much anymore.
Okay.
The world has kind of opened up.
That's a
You know
disappointing
what?
answer.
I just thought of
I know.
something,
I like
though.
that.
What's Witcher? The Witcher might be one because that was.
His wig did not do it for me. I'm so sorry.
It did. You're right.
It
So
was.
Witcher
They could
would
have
be
done
like-
a way better job.
He was.
Batman is so beautiful. I mean,
Yeah, but
seriously, get
Yeah,
the
his
wigs right.
chin.
I'm very
That didn't
and
really
his
look
eyes,
right.
I was like,
it
they
didn't
could've
look
made it
right.
more-
amazingly
I don't know. I
gorgeous.
feel like
And
the like vibe of like Gerard Butler is kind of like in 300.
there you go.
It's like
Okay.
there
they're
you
like
go.
I
There
like
you
that.
go.
You're manly man of-
Absolutely. But they're not like. They're not on every cover anymore. It's
Yeah.
not,
No.
it is a select
There's definitely
niche.
a big push
There you
to
go.
the discrete covers, just because of like people want to be able to go out and read,
Mm-hmm.
but not necessarily have everyone know what they're reading.
Yeah, I guess.
Because there's still a very strong stigma behind, especially in romance,
Especially romance novels, yeah.
of reading romance and what it's become.
Well, so like what I love is like the 50 Shades of Grey or whatever.
I
You-
forgot
worst
about
one.
him.
well, no, you
I
go see the
do not
movie.
enjoy-
You go see the movie, and then like you read a couple
No.
pages of it, and you're like,
No,
huh.
it's not
Okay,
an
so
accurate
I
representation
read
of
it
BDSM,
first.
and there's so many more.
Just am like,
yeah,
no.
people are
accurate
passionate
ones.
about
I
it.
didn't read it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Did
watch
you?
it. I don't know.
Okay.
No.
Well, the books were
That-
ish.
Sorry, that wasn't.
They're
one of
fun,
mine.
whatever. Hey, people have
wasn't
fun.
mine.
Who cares?
Yes.
I'm a sci-fi guy. I
wouldn't
read
say it's
sci-fi.
my favorite.
I'll do
so.
sci-fi. Yeah, I will definitely do sci-fi. I'm trying to think. So yeah, Gerard Butler. I'm thinking of Henry
you like
Cavill.
sci-
Who are the other guys that are plastered
Liam,
on things
the
today?
brothers.
I don't know.
Liam
But if you like
is now
sci-fi,
doing
there's
a
a
new-
local
he's doing
author.
Witcher
Her name
now.
is Adrienne
Liam's
Rennick.
Yeah.
younger brother.
Her books
because
are awesome. Her first one's
Henry's
kind of a
out.
yes. I will definitely.
He's having a baby. He's doing his things. He's building.
Now
computers.
is just People Magazine talk.
I'm so out of the loop in all of this.
I'm like,
I'm out of the loop.
We
I
do
was
have
in
to
love
be
with him
closing
for
it out
quite
pretty
some
soon
time.
because we have Dr. Winnie King
So
coming in.
one last thing I'm going to say really quickly
Okay.
because I want to definitely keep my job and get paid. I'm going to talk about the Hyatt just a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, you're doing
Talk about the
Thanksgiving.
Hyatt. We're doing Thanksgiving
Yeah.
dinner. I believe that is, you have the information on
Yeah.
the website, so that's going on. But also, we're a hotel and convention center with over 32,000 square feet of convention center space, 250 rooms, presidential suite, gorgeous, beautiful
You can
new
get lost
hotel.
there. I've
You
gotten
can get
lost there
lost
several
there.
times.
It's a
I've heard
beautiful
it.
hotel in the Hidden
have a great lobby.
Gym in Conroe, and so I always want to plug that, the management there. Hello, guys. So just wanted to say that before we close out today.
Love that.
I need to get with you though.
Yes.
Please
like it.
follow
Please
my
get with me.
Instagram page too. I forget
I
to
put that in
remind
there.
people
Yes.
that.
I put that in there for folks.
Wealthandharmony.ks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will be starting a podcast.
There we go.
Next
Can I
year,
please
beginning of
be on
next
your
year. So
podcast?
yeah, I wanted to write a book, but I don't want to write. And I'm like, can I just like sit and
Talk
tell
it
someone my
out.
story for
it
like
out.
days, and then they can write it? You
There's
know, and
actually
somebody
people that do that.
said
It's
like,
called ghostwriting.
well, yeah, but somebody said,
Ghostwriting.
why don't you just do a podcast? And I'm like, that's brilliant. Like,
That's a
I'll just do
great
that.
idea.
You know,
Podcast
so.
is
There you
a
go.
great idea.
Well, folks, thanks for tuning in, and ladies, thank you so much for taking time out of your
Thank you
day
for having
Thank you
us.
for
to be
having
here.
us.
We're gonna take a little music break because we have Dr. Winnie King coming in, so I'm excited about that. And everyone, be safe, and we'll be back here on Mornings with Lone Star.
Bye. So nice to
Goodbye.
be with you guys today. Thanks, Dick.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply.